The plan for today's deep cleaning project is to take everything off the tops of these cupboards. Welcome to the Frugal Family. My name is Julie, and this week and this month we are working on a massive deep clean and deep clutter of our house. As a dumpster diver and a saver, a salvager, a scrapper, oh my goodness, things can accumulate and pile up. And you have to, every now and then, I try to do about 4 times a year, go through and do deep declutters, move stuff on to other homes, sell it in your yard sales, or donate it. Decide what you're going to do, make some tough choices, and then get organized, cleaned up, and ready to bring in more stuff that you will then hopefully move on to other homes and other uses. I hope you'll join us for these many deep cleaning and decluttering adventures that we are going on. You are going to be amazed by how much of the stuff we have found in the dumpsters. It is crazy. So we have a lot of Disney stuff that we have found in the dumpsters, a couple things we've bought, and then mountains of treasures that have been sent to us by our frugal friends. And I just don't have anywhere to put them. And I've been playing with kind of a rotating exhibit in our Disney corner downstairs, but at this point, that's just not enough. And so the stuff ends up having to be stored in the attic, which is just not ideal for many, many reasons. And so the thought now is to take everything off of the tops of the kitchen cupboards. And I've also been working on getting everything off of these shelves above the stove. So all these things, there's a few that we will keep, things that we particularly love, but the rest of it will go out into this weekend's yard sale. I've even got a tote right here for the stuff to go into. And we'll clean, spray and clean all the tops of the cupboards. And then that is where we will start displaying Disney treasures. Not sure how I will group them together or if it'll just be kind of a hodgepodge. We shall see. I think it'll be a lot of fun putting them all up. That doesn't mean we're getting rid of the Disney corner. It's just that this will handle the overflow, I think. So step 1, to go and get the ladder, which is of course salvaged from the dumpster, and start getting these things down. It is vital when taking on deep cleaning projects like that big monster that we took on and got done. It's vital that you have clean working spaces and not having your house all a mess and destroyed when you seek to make even more mess. Just for the sake of your sanity and the efficiency and the comfort of everyone involved, clean up your area before you start taking stuff out, taking stuff down, and making more messes. So to that end, I'm going to go ahead and clean off the table, put on a fresh tablecloth, and I'm going to sweep the floor just so that I feel like I have a space to work with and it's not going to feel, well, just gross and cluttered and a mess, which is just not conducive to successful deep cleaning. Mimi helped me to clean off the table. We got that done. We switched out to a clean tablecloth. I've got the chairs up. Now I am going to sweep, and I think I'm going to go ahead and wipe down the counters as well, since I will be using them when I'm bringing stuff down from the cupboards. So gonna get that done, and then we will jump in on this project. Funny how you have to do like 10 other projects in order to start your actual project. 99% of the items that are up on these shelves on the tops of these cupboards are things that we have saved from the dumpsters. A lot of them you'll probably recognize from past dumpster diving adventures if you've been with us for a particularly long time. But there's a few things like this M&M dispenser that is a family treasure from my husband's family, so we will be keeping that. Same with this little wooden statue of Don Quixote. That is also a family treasure, as is this really pretty little picture frame thing. And these monkeys, when Olivia, our oldest, was a baby, James and Olivia and I, we made, well, she wasn't like a baby, she was like a toddler. We made these little monkeys, we painted them. And so those are something that we will definitely keep. I also think I will probably keep that little, what do you call it? Not guitar, ukulele. That was, of course, a dumpster find, but the rest of the stuff, I'm not married to it. And so most of it will go out in the yard sale. I love a lot of these treasures, I really do, but it comes down to priorities, especially when you do own a very small house and have a relatively big family for such a small house with so many passions and things that you want to embrace and that you want to surround yourself with, but not like loads of space to do that.
Okay, kids, you can bring that to school if you want. Yay!
One down, two more to go, and I have sprayed and washed it. It was quite dusty up there, so that is cleared and ready for some Disney treasures. Over here on the table, see, this is what I'm talking about. You need to have a clean work surface. Some choices have been easy. All of these items, they will go in the yard sale. I have had all of them for several years and gotten good use out of them and have enjoyed them tremendously. They are all dumpster salvage treasures, and it's time to move them on to new homes, new families. I know they are gorgeous, and there's a small chance that I will regret having let these go. But again, it's about prioritizing, especially when you have a small space that you're trying to work within. We have some trickier choices. Yeah, this bike and this old train, I am having a really hard time deciding if I want to let those go. These are not hard choices. This my best friend gave me. This I bought myself at a rock and gem show. This bowl was a wedding gift and is incredibly expensive as well, but that's from our wedding and I want to hold on to that. I love these glass fruit that I bought years and years ago. I do need to wash them, get that all dusted off. This is an easy choice. One, because it will go nicely with like Finding Nemo and Lilo and Stitch kinds of things, and also Moana. The other thing about it is it's cracked right here. The glass is cracked, and this is one that it's not likely would sell in the yard sale, and I'm not okay with it going in the garbage either. That's where I saved it from. So that one is an easy choice. I love this little vase. I really want to hold on to that. And this plate I also really love. So that's a keeper. Then we've got a few others. I made this. It's a dumpster frame that I spray painted and put a doily in. I also painted the backdrop of it. I really want to hold on to this one, just not sure where it will go. There is this Tom and Jerry's book that we found in the bins years ago. Anyone else would just throw this away or into the recycling. I am not okay with doing that, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it. And then we have a couple of little things here. The frame, it can probably go. Yeah, it can probably go. But the doily I want to hold on to. And then there's this. I have another of these. There were two. And this, obviously, it's chipped. It is not likely to sell in the yard sale, but I'm also not wanting it to go back out in the garbage. And I'm thinking this would go nicely with things like Tom Sawyer's Island or Peter Pan, Pirates of the Caribbean, other things like that. It holds like a picture right there. So I'm going to go ahead and make the decision. We're going to hold on to that one. So that leaves these. I don't know. I'll have to, I'll give myself all of today to think about those. On to the next one. More tough choices to make, but we will do it because we have to, and it's worth it. All right, the top of that cupboard is cleared off. I do still need to spray it and wash it down, but we have gotten everything down. Now to make choices. So again, still thinking on those ones, but here are the things from this shelf. So this is an easy choice. That will go. There is another one. I'll get that down. The foliage, that will go. All of these, I know they are gorgeous little bouquets, and most of us would love to have them, and I have absolutely enjoyed them while I have had them. There is a small chance that I will put them in a vase that I have in the living room. I will show you that, but if I don't decide that I want them in that vase, then they will go out to the yard sale. There is this. This is fantastic. I really want to keep this because I feel like this can go with Halloween and lots of other things. This also kind of feels like Dr. Facilier and stuff like that to me, and voodoo, which goes really well with Princess and the Frog. So I think that we will keep. There is an empty fake candle. I like this as well, and this works really well for Halloween, and you know Halloween is my big holiday, so I think we will keep that. there is this cup or vase or whatever full of shells. They are gorgeous shells. I know a lot of us love shells, and I have so many of them. This one's going to be a tough choice. I'm going to go ahead and set it over there, and we'll think about it. There's this fabulous chest that I found in the craft store dumpsters. I had to do some repairs on it. Here's the tricky thing with this one. It is fabulous, and it will go with so many different things, and it has so many uses. It takes up a lot of space. That is the problem, and that's what we're talking about today, and why we're doing this is the fact that I don't have a lot of space, and I know it would sell in the yard sale, but would I get as much for it as it really is worth? Probably not. So again, there's one I'm gonna have to think about. This one is the Encyclopedia of American History. Have I actually read it? No, but it looks nice on a shelf. But that's not what I'm doing with the shelves anymore. I'm not doing that kind of setup with these, eclectic items all arranged pretty. I'm not doing that. So this one I am going to let go. Here is a tough one. This one is a collectible. I will put it on the collectible table, and I will not take less than $10 for it. I know if I were to sell it online, I would get quite a bit more, but then of course I would have to pay fees and shipping and all of that. And so I'm going to just go ahead and put it in the yard sale. If it doesn't sell for how much I want for it, then I will list it online. It is gorgeous. I do love it. This is another tricky one, because this actually could go really well as like a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride kind of thing. See, there are ways to incorporate almost everything. Obviously, the shells, obviously buoys, those work with the Hawaii theme. But guys, we have so little space to work with, and I have to keep that in mind, and I have to stay focused on that. So we will put it in the yard sale. If it doesn't get the $10 that I want, then we will rethink the situation. This is just a glass lid. Obviously the jar that it went with was broken, and that's why they threw it out. I'm going to go ahead and put both of these in the yard sale, and we'll see if someone else wants to have them. If not, we'll rethink. I've got kerosene lamps. I don't even have the hoods or lamps or whatever they're called that go with these anymore. They wouldn't be hard to get a hold of, but we have had these all of our marriage. So next month, that'll be 15 years, and we have never used them. Not once, not one time in 15 years. We always end up using flashlights or candles, and kerosene lamps are pretty hazardous. So as much as I think they are gorgeous and lovely to have on a shelf, it's just, no, they're going to go in the yard sale or be donated. Over here, I have this stein that I bought at Oktoberfest when I was there with a couple of girlfriends a few years ago, and I love it. And when I go back to Oktoberfest, which hopefully next year will be up and running, it's not this year, but hopefully next year, I do get a discount on refills with this, which is part of why I bought it. So I will be keeping that for sure. Over here, we've got crafts. These are little houses that the kids have painted. I want to hold on to those at least for now. And then this little house that we made out of tongue depressors, I do want to hold on to that for now as well. And then this is a family heirloom. This was inherited from my husband's grandparents, rest in peace. And so we will definitely be keeping that as well. The thing is, where will these go? I don't know. Those are things I'm going to have to figure out. That cupboard is empty and clean. Oh, it feels so much better. Now, all we have left is this top here and then these shelves above the stove. I know that there are a lot of you that would think, including my husband, who I love dearly, that would love to just have these stay empty. I get it. It feels good having them empty. A little naked, but it does feel good having them empty. But guys, that's not me. And the stuff's got to go somewhere. And where people have so generously sent these fabulous things to us, I want them to be properly displayed. Like you'll see right here. We've got this bag holder from Cynthia. That stays up all year long. You betcha. One of my aprons and these hot pads from Alfie. They're displayed and I love looking at them every time I walk by. So that's what we're doing, guys. That's what we're doing with the Disney stuff. So now I'm gonna take a short break and then I'm gonna get up here and get all of this down. I have emptied and cleaned the tops up there and those two shelves right there. Wow, it looks so weird, just so empty, but yeah, that is done and I'm so glad. Now let's go through the items. This one I've already said I'm going to keep because that is a family piece. Same with this Don Quixote because number one, it's a family piece. Number two, it's got some damage, like there's an ear missing right there, and it's supposed to have, I think this one is supposed to have a staff, but it doesn't. And so, no, we're keeping that for ourselves. But then I know we're gonna say goodbye to this one and to this one. The monkeys we are keeping because we made them. We're keeping this little sugar skull. My mom gave that to one of my kids. This is going to go to the yard sale. These little bud vases will go to the yard sale. Here are more shells. All of them are, of course, from the dumpsters, as is the container that it's in. These, of course, are from the bins. This is from the bins. This is from the dumpster. This penguin is also from the bins. That is going to go out to the yard sale. I'll clean these all, of course, first. There is this little wooden statue. That is from the dumpsters. That's going in the yard sale. This little traveling thing, this I believe is from the Kennedy Space Center. It is. I think we are going to hold on to this. It is from the dumpsters. This paperweight, I bought this at the Statue of Liberty in New York City years and years ago. We will keep that. Let's see. I have two of these kind of masks, both of which were from the dumpsters and that I repaired. We will hold on to those. This is one of the frames that I did with buttons and doilies and frames, all from the dumpsters. I spray painted the frames and had a whole matching set on the wall, but they're not anymore. They haven't been for some time. They're just kind of spread throughout the house, but I am going to hold on to that. This is a picture stand that I found in the dumpsters and repaired. That will go out in the yard sale. Some bottles. These were actually, they belonged to my great grandma and had like her perfumes in them. I'm going to hold on to those. One of the kids made this for me. I will hold on to that. This frog is from the dumpsters. It will probably go in the yard sale. This is made of the mist pure maple syrup that I bought in Canada at Niagara Falls years and years ago. I will keep that. We have this fabulous frame that is from the dumpsters and has a picture of us on our first family trip to Disneyland right after I graduated. We've got a Toll House cookbook from the bins. That is probably going to go in the yard sale. I've got this fabulous little Titanic snow globe that my mom brought back for me from England. I am going to let Olivia have this with her collection of snow globes in her room. Couple little odds and ends. That was not up there. Oh, and then there is this fabulous Pepsi Cola bottle all stretched out funny. They did that. It was like a collector's item from years ago. I am going to put that in the collectibles in the yard sale, and I'm going to ask for $10 for that. If I don't get the $10 that I want, then I will put it online. That is where we're at. So let's get all this cleared up and where it needs to go, and let's wrap up for today. There is also this wooden box that is going to go in the yard sale, and this is the ukulele that I found in the bins years ago. We will hold on to that. There is the other mask. These are ones, like I said, they were in the dumpsters, but they were broken. I repaired them. Definitely keeping those. Well, we have definitely made serious progress, and I'm feeling good about what we've gotten done. Stuff is going to have to go out to the yard sale. I'll have the kids help me with that. My body is telling me, though, that it is time to take a break, and I am going to listen. So that is that for now. That's what I've got for you. Please tell us in the comments what things you are working on, what you are getting accomplished to make your life, your home, your space just that much more enjoyable. Come back soon to see how I decorate the tops of these cupboards with all the fabulous Disney treasures that you guys have so generously sent to us. Till then, I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you. I'm so glad that you are part of our Frugal family. We'll see you all real soon.